The accelerator program really is the genesis of prior programs. And the intention behind it really originally was, how can we help founders get into global accelerator programs? And part of the reason why that was, you have some really powerful names like Y Combinator, like Techstars, people who have really built these institutions in other markets. And at one point, the idea was, how can we help founders get into these other accelerator programs, right? But as the macroeconomic environment changed, we really said, are we doing the right thing? Are we actually doing what we are intending to do, which is to build businesses for Africans on the continent? But if we're sending you to another program, are we actually doing what we intend to do? And I think upon reflection about that, you had pandemic happen, right? You had issues with now inflation, you had issues with supply chains, and you had a lot of investors saying, we're not gonna be investing as much money, right? We're gonna be spending more time in our local markets. And when that happened, we had to reflect and say, well, maybe we should be doing something different. Maybe we should be coming up with the solution for ourselves. And so that's kind of the birth of where we got to with this full accelerator program, Accelerate Africa. So we actually had a first iteration last year in June and July, that pre-accelerator, still with the objective of sending founders to the global programs. And then we got to a place where we said, we have to do something different. We want to be the ones building a program that is actually built by African founders for African founders. And that's kind of where we got today. So the program is structured in 8 weeks. In this cohort, we had 10 founders participate. We really focused on 5 core areas. The 5 core areas are storytelling. When you're a founder who's based in Côte d'Ivoire and maybe you're trying to get to another market that's in East Africa, you're going to Kenya. That story that you tell about your business, you need to allow it and make it resonate with multiple markets and multiple audiences. And that's challenging, right? There are 54 countries. So how do you do that? Now you want to take your business to another part of the world. So really helping them understand how you work your story, how you shape your story, how you bring it to life, because that is the soul of your business. And then we talk about team. So we spend a lot of time. A lot of times you get into a business and you think, you're not saying I want to be the best CEO or I want to be the best whatever. You want to solve something. But the reality is you need the people on your team around you to actually help you do that. So you need to find the best talent. You need to find the best people that will help you execute and realize your vision. So we spend time there, right, on team development. The third area that we focus on is really go to market. So how do you actually get to your first $1 million in sales? It's hard, right? These are markets that you might not have had to build customer bases in. How do you do that? How do you get to, what is the strategy that you need to create to get to that first $1 million in sales? And then we go to product development. So many times you're building some type of product. The last thing is on fundraising, and we really split that out into a couple of parts. We break that out into fundraising. So really, are you ready for an investment? Who are the VCs you should be targeting? And then we talk a bit about, are you prepared for that due diligence stage? So what comes next? That's finance due diligence, technical due diligence, and then legal due diligence. And then we spend time with them. We have all of these advisors working with them. We have E and Nia and OG working with the different founders, and then it concludes in this amazing demo day. And something that's been important for us is, how can we bring tangible experiences? How can we bring people who've built businesses on the continent, who've led big businesses on the continent, so that they come in with that practical and real experience that they can then share with the founders, so that they know it's real, that it's not theoretical, that they can see people who they want to be like. For me personally, this is the first time that I've created a program for an accelerator, but I've created a lot of programs in my career. And something that has been really important in me getting to witness has been the transformation in the people. When you're with founders and you're seeing their experience and you're seeing the light bulbs, you're seeing them change parts of their business, it's amazing. And it's an incredible experience to be part of. I've learned a lot. I've been inspired to want to build a business on the continent, and I can't wait for future cohorts to come, because the best is yet to come and we've only just gotten started.